Alright, fellas, what's up? Alright, once again, the mini-series is continuing, Improvised Weapons. This one is also an underrated classic, the Padlock. You know, you see these all the time, and needless to say, there's a variety of excuses you could come up with for having one, or you could just choose to keep your mouth shut. You do have a right to do that. This is actually a multifaceted improvised weapon. I've seen some people, they use it as like a single knuckle duster. It works like brass knuckles, but it just covers one finger, kind of. I can't quite do it with this one. This one's an older model and it's kind of smaller. The newer ones are a little bigger now, but you could do it like that. Personally, I don't like how this feels. It's just uncomfortable altogether. I wouldn't want to do this if I was in a situation where I had to defend myself. However, what I would do is, I would, once again, I'd put it in a small sack. I don't really like these small, I would recommend something that, I guess was long enough. Okay, I'm going to have to do like an example here. This right here is a smaller pouch. It was for an electric shaver that I no longer own. For whatever reason, I kept this bag even though I got rid of the shaver. I guess it stopped working. So it's a little bit more compact. It's something that you could put in your pocket. If you're really that worried about, getting jammed up by a cop or anything like that, you could separate the two items. In fact, maybe you could even put something in the bag to make it look like you're putting it to legitimate use. And of course, you could come up with an excuse for having the lock. Personally, I guess on the surface, this seems a little better. It's a little more compact. It's a little easier to have in your pocket. But one thing I don't like is, depending on the size of your hands, if you hit something and it bounces off, it's going to hit the top of your hand really hard. And I mean, obviously, those of you that know padlocks in general, I mean, they're heavy. They're made out of, they're dense and they're made out of, heavy metal. Okay, I'm being silly. But anyways, if you're using this in a self-defense situation and that happens, you're going to take your hand out of the fight. You're going to drop the weapon. It's basically all gonna go downhill. I don't know if you guys are hearing that, but my cat is playing with a wrapper or something. I don't know what he has, but anyways. So yeah, moving forward, something you might want to consider. I guess it just all depends on the size of your hand and what you're comfortable with. Personally, I would prefer a longer bag. This is also a money bag, something I could use as well. These are two items that you can keep separate if you're really that worried about getting jammed up by a cop. In fact, since this is a money bag, you could, put some money in there if you want to be even more convincing. But if you're in a situation where you have to officially, declare it hammer time, just throw this baby in there, fold in half, and you have another improvised head smacker. Now, this is a little devastating, and it's better if it's longer, because if you hit something hard enough and the thing flies back, just the bag, the soft part, whatever you want to call it, will hit your hand. And by the time it does touch your hand, it'll really be more towards, the more meaty part of your, the part with more meat on your hand, as opposed to, the top of your hand, which is not as cushioned and padded. So there you go. Once again, you got yourself a perfectly good, you have yourself a devastating improvised weapon made out of items that are virtually legal to carry anywhere in America. Give it a rest, dude. Sorry about that, guys. So that's just about it for now. Peace out, fellas.